Good morning, friends, and welcome to Allsy Crafts and More. I am Marianne Zielinski, and I am working on trying to turn this stick into a wizard wand for my 7-year-old son. Yesterday I started carving it a little bit, then I realized I had a knot here. So I wanted to cut below, and I didn't have the proper tool to cut. So I'm going to try this saw. I don't know what this saw is called. Sorry, it's rusty and gross. It's been outside for who knows how long. And I'm going to see if that'll work, as well as trying to cut a little bit of this bottom off here. I might go just above this little knuckle here, so I can make a good wand size for my 7-year-old. So I'm going to put on my cut-proof gloves and get started on trying to saw off the top here. So, what do you all think of these videos? Do you like them? Do you think this is like an ASMR type of thing? I need something better to cut on, because right now I'm just using my leg, so I know it's not the safest, but I'm trying with what I got, because I don't have the best setup here. So hopefully I do not cut my leg. And if we do, well, I have Band-Aids inside. So I'm cutting, and this is probably going to take forever, because I might need a hacksaw or an actual reciprocating saw or some other type of saw. It is a lovely day here in Michigan. Supposedly it's supposed to rain later. I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to get ahead of my raking of leaves here, because it's that time of year. And it is a losing battle, as I did not do any weeding this summer, so I have to clean up all the weeds and clean up all the leaves, and it's been raining and it's supposed to rain all week. So we'll see if I make any progress in getting the leaves done. But I think this is making some bit of a dent here. At least you can see some of the bark coming off. Don't know how well it's actually cutting, but we'll see. What type of crafts do you guys do? Are you interested in learning more along with me in whittling and carving? You want me to teach you how to knit, teach things for the kids? Let me know, because I am willing to do anything and everything. Just give me ideas. This is a very tough stick. Let me see if I maybe put it, I don't know, maybe on the arm here. I don't really have the best ample area to cut it, but I am making some progress, I guess. So a little bit about me. I am a mom of 3 so far, and I'm attempting to try and homeschool them, so I am interested in learning more and more crafts and building my wheelhouse so I can teach them, because the arts is not taught anymore. Like you have to be in different scouting groups. My son is in Trail Life, which is Christian Scouts, and he's learning how to tie knots and build fires and cardinal directions and similar things like that. But who's there to teach the kids how the pioneers lived, how candles were made, how butter's made? You know, that's what homeschooling's for. You learn about it yourself and then you teach your kids. We've made butter from heavy cream before. You put it in a mason jar and you shake it for a long time until it goes past the heavy whipping cream stage, and then you continue shaking it, and eventually it will become butter, and then you will hear the butter and the buttermilk separate, and then you can take it and rinse it and make it into your own special flavors or other things. So if we don't teach our kids these skills, how are they going to learn? How are they going to learn gardening, how to mend their clothes, how to cook dinner, if we don't teach them? So that is my point of view, is to work on teaching the kids. Let's see if I can snap this. Nope. Nowhere near. But it is making a dent. So I am getting there. Just didn't think it would take this long. Probably because this saw is, like I said, it's rusted, it's old, probably dull. If I had a better one, it might go faster. Or if I used something else, it probably would have gone faster. But I'm enjoying this right now. I'm getting a little tired, but I'm enjoying it. Because who doesn't enjoy cutting things? Just not yourselves, because that would be bad. That's why I have cut-proof gloves on. So, yeah, I've dabbled around in trying to make sourdough. I might trying to do a starter again, because eating healthy is also important, because there's so many preservatives and bad things in our foods these days that more than likely is causing a lot of these mental health conditions and other things. So if we dial back and cook what our bodies are meant to eat, then we can probably alleviate a lot of these issues. Hey look, I've gotten a lot further. Still can't break it though. But this is actually kind of looking a little cool with how it's sawing. I just wish I had something better to saw on than my lap. Because I was going to utilize my outside table today, but it is currently sitting in the sun, and I figured you all would like to see my pretty face versus me being cast out in the sun and it being overexposed. So that's another thing I want to learn is photography. I have a nice SLR camera and I do enjoy taking lots of different photos, but I want to actually properly learn how to use my camera. So if you have any tips on a cheap photography class, or if you know anybody who is willing to teach me, let me know. That'd be great. And I am still making a small dent in this vlog. Other videos I watch make it look like it's so fast and easy, but it's definitely very far from it. Which is why my point of view is to not use timestamp or time lapse and show it in real time, so that you can actually not get your expectations up so high that you're going to have a wizard wand in 10 minutes. Because we're already at 11 minutes here, and I'm still trying to saw off the top. And I still have to take off all the bark and saw off the bottom here. So I'm setting up real expectations here by how long things actually take. I wish my kids were outside on this beautiful, chilly, windy, beautiful fall day, but they're inside watching some TV shows. What do other parents do when you want to do arts and crafts and the kids aren't interested, or they just don't want to do any school stuff? They just want to enjoy their own things. How do you get your kids to participate with you? Because I was hoping in me learning to whittle like this, maybe I could interest my 7-year-old son to take it up. Not that I would let him use a knife right now, but having him see what it's like and learn would be kind of nice. So give me some ideas. How do you work with your kids? Because my kids are difficult. My son is ADHD like me, and he's also on the spectrum, and I struggle a lot with him every day in getting him to behave and follow basic rules, focus and do any work. It's hard. So I would love any tips that you have that might help me. Hey, look, I got it off. Now this would be probably where a piece of sandpaper would help me, but I don't have sandpaper on me right now. So now I'm going to try and take off some of the bark here and see what I can get. I do have a knot in the top here, but I'm going to see if I can maybe either work around it, or I might need to cut it back even further. So now I'm using my little knife here, and I'm doing some push cuts to take off the bark to get to the core. And sometimes I push a little too deep, other times I just barely touch it. So I'm trying to, learn the proper pressure and see what I can learn. I have to push a little deeper to get off the tough outer bark here, but once I'm inside, it goes a lot faster. So I'm going to see if maybe I can, oh yes, I am able to use my blade here. I'm going to do a pull cut and kind of see if I can wiggle this off for the core here. Another push cut. There we go. So I'm slowly learning, and I'm bringing you along on my journey. Let me know what you think. Does this sound like nice ASMR? Do you want me to explain more? I don't know, my brain is all over right now. Kind of squirreling out. But I am kind of going around and seeing how I can change up the shape here, change up the coloring, see if I can make a nice point. I do know how to make a point because I have sharpened pencils with knives before, because when I was young, my grandpa taught me how to do that. So I do know how. And I have dabbled with some, like I said, watercolor pencils, and I have a regular pencil sharpener at home, but sometimes you just need a good X-Acto knife to do your sharpening work. But this is definitely not an X-Acto knife. I don't know what this knife is called. I'd have to look it up. I just got it off of eBay in a nice kit. But at least now it seems to be going a little faster, that since I have got that knotty end off. But I might need to go back a little further here to get this knot right here off. But I might see if I can work it in. I don't know yet. Tell me what you think. So this is actually a little therapeutic, and I'm enjoying it. Because sometimes you just need